Hello, Leo. Hello. Welcome to my channel and welcome to your next 30 days read. Before we get into your read, let's just quickly go over a couple things. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you hit the subscribe button below the video, to the right, there'll be a bell. If you hit the personalization bell, you'll get personalized notifications of when I upload Leo videos. Don't forget to let me know how these energies are playing out for you. I just love knowing how you're resonating with these messages and how things are playing out in your personal circumstances and situations. Excuse me, sorry, allergy season, it's ridiculous. So anyways, there's a lot of energy here on the table, Leo, and I am just super excited to kind of get into this read. So let's just dive right in. I pulled a spread from my Chakra Wisdom Tarot deck, and I just love this deck because like the messages are just so clear and concise. So this is your current energies, okay? These are the energies that are going to play out for you in the next 30 days. Don't forget that, sorry about that. Don't forget that not all messages are going to resonate because this isn't a personalized read, but you know, some may resonate more with others, some may not. Take what resonates, leave the rest for somebody else. So I'm looking at this Hermit card, and this is telling me that you are just coming out of Hermit mode, or you are currently in this energy, and you know, you're spending a little bit of time going within and, you know, really getting down to the source of the reasons why you tick this way. You know, why do I do things like this? Why do I do things like that? Really, you know, questioning these things. And, you know, sometimes that deep work is, you know, challenging. You do it generally alone, you know, and it may feel slightly lonely at times, because when we do the real work, the real internal work, we don't generally have somebody sitting, you know, beside us through those moments, right? So there may be sometimes where you feel lonely, but it's part of your journey. So it's part of that growth that's coming in for you. It's a pivotal moment in your time. It's a pivotal moment in your life right now. You know, starting with this Hermit card. The Hermit is number 9, right? So 9, it represents closing out a cycle. And, you know, just understand that everything in life is part of a cycle. Every year is a new year, a new numerical number. So, and each month has a numerical number represented with it when we look at numerology and things of that nature. So just know that if you have been going through a time that is, you know, feels like a struggle and a challenge, where right before, you know, you feel like you can't do it anymore, is when the shift happens. So we're generally put to the test karmically in life, for a reason, and it's to up level ourselves and to, you know, move to the next level in life, right? So the Hermit card was clarified with the Two of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. So this is telling me that, you know, the Four of Cups is, you know, kind of mopey energy, looking at, you know, all of the things that you may have lost in, you know, the past and how it may be affecting your now, but you know, not having the ability to really see that you are being offered something even more substantial by the divine, which, you know, substantial, you know, what do you like, this is the question for you, Leo, is like, what is wealth to you? Because, if you ask that question to all kinds of other individuals, wealth looks different to everybody. Some people would say wealth is health. Some people would say wealth is, having many, shiny things, many material things. Some people will say wealth is having a happy family and a happy home. So I think the question here, when it comes to your introspection and your time of really, getting down to what makes you tick, is really understanding what wealth is within yourself. And, because if you got a clear vision of what wealth is and what it is that, makes you feel whole and complete, then that clear vision is going to bring those things in for you, right? Because if you don't understand or see those things, they won't be able to come to fruition in the 3D world in your current circumstance. So getting clear on that vision is super important. That's why we have the Two of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles here. So the Two of Wands is having a clear vision and having a plan and knowing where you're going. Two of Wands is all about action. Two of Wands is ruled by your fire element, right? So it definitely speaks to Leo, and the time of introspection brings in a plan for you, which is really beautiful. But there's also some patience that is going to be needed in regards to that, because the Knight of Pentacles comes in as well. And just notice that he's standing on a turtle. He has something relevant and something that will definitely materialize, and it's a good omen to have the Knight of Pentacles, because this is action and this is movement and it's forward movement, but it's just not very fast forward movement. And that is in itself like a stable way of moving towards something, right? Because you wouldn't want to move too quickly towards something and build something too quickly, because things could be missed, and it could bring you to one of those tower moments, right? So one step in front of the other at a slow pace in regards to whatever it is that you're trying to create, whatever it is your vision is creating, and having patience with yourself in the process is really important here, is what this is telling me. So the next energy that comes in for you is the Princess of Wands. So this tells me that from your Hermit situation, this is your challenger. So this is your challenge, is understanding that you still have growth. You still have some growing to do. You're very passionate in regards to the things you want and the things that you desire. But the challenge is that they're not here yet. So just being patient with yourself again, and understanding that sometimes to get to the place that you are destined to be and to the place that you desire to be, sometimes it takes going off course a little bit to learn what we'd call like karmic lessons in regards to our personal journey. The Princess of Wands is on her way to the Queen of Wands. The Princess of Wands is all about passion. Sometimes, maybe making passionate decisions in regards to what it is you want, but timing is off, right? And sometimes we make decisions to move towards things that don't really serve us, in a nature of things being there for the long haul. But those things that we choose to do definitely bring, again, growth, which is up leveling us. So just notice the butterflies so butterflies are all about transformation. Okay. Notice that she's, off the beaten path, right? This might speak to doing things a little bit differently in regards to how you are used to doing things in life and in your everyday world, right? So kind of taking yourself off the path to up level yourself in regards to your personal growth and ascension, right? So the Knight of Cups comes in as a clarifier, as well as the Magician. So this is telling me that what you're doing by, challenging yourself, to become a more spiritually evolved individual, you are taking your power back in a way, because with the Magician coming in, you're taking your power back, and with the Knight of Cups coming in as well, just know that not every situation is a forever situation. Nothing is permanent. Change always comes in, but there's so much love for you and so much joy and beauty. So Spirit's really telling you to just take your power back and enjoy yourself a little bit, because you deserve it. You deserve it, Leo, right? So the next card that comes in for you is the Eight of Swords. So the reason why I'm speaking to you deserving to take your power back and, give yourself that love and know that not every single situation is permanent, is because the mental stress that you may be putting on yourself, may be your greatest challenge in regards to this growth, because the Eight of Swords is, about feeling entrapped, with all of these swords around you, but you feel like you're trapped, but you can just maneuver your way out of them by moving one of the swords. So this is also speaking to what it is that you pour into your thought processes, being what you are trapped. What is entrapping you is your choice of thoughts, your choice of self-talk, your choice of words. Really important to notice the way that you talk about other individuals and yourself, with other individuals. Really important to really pour the right things into your brain, things of love, things of, joy, things of passion, the things that you really, really are passionate about, because the more you talk about those things, the more they're going to materialize and develop in your current circumstances. So we got the Two of Swords clarifying it, the Eight of Wands, and the Emperor. So Two of Swords came in reverse. So this is telling me that part of your challenge in regards to the Eight of Swords is having the inability to just make a decision. Like sometimes you might feel like you're back and forth and kind of in limbo in regards to choosing to remove specific things from your current situation. But that's what you're moving yourself away from. So knowing that that is your challenge is going to help you make that solid decision in regards to what it is that you truly want. What's your vision? What are your values? Move towards that, right? Eight of Wands is speaking to that forward movement. It's speaking to that action. It's speaking to things happening fast for you. Once you really, decide what your vision is, that's when things really just start to move in for you. We have the Emperor in reverse. So this is speaking to not having a plan. So again, what's your vision? I ask you that because the only way you can move towards your vision is by knowing what it is. So Um, the next card that comes in for you is Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is your energy, Leo. Okay, so this is you at your highest self. This is you sitting in a very divine feminine energy. This card came in reverse. I'm reading it both ways for you. So, because this is telling me when we go back to that Two of Swords and having a hard time deciding on what it is you truly want, the Queen of Wands generally in the upright position is a very powerful woman. Okay, very very desired woman, not necessarily always in a relationship though, because she can do it on her own. Okay, she can create on her own, but when she walks into a room, like she's the center of attention. And this isn't gender specific, this is male or female, but the Queen of Wands came in reverse, and so this is speaking to having a very jealous or catty like type of personality or personality traits. So when you're sitting, in the Queen of Wands in reverse energy, you're not the most friendly of person in nature, right? So, our power comes from how we can lead others, how I don't want to say manipulate, right? Because Queen of Wands in reverse would be a very manipulative person, and you would manipulate by saying things that maybe well, we could create all kinds of situations and scenarios here, but Queen of Wands in the upright is the queen that just they get the attention by just being a leader, by being a person of authenticity and strength, and just a very passionate and person full of ideas and full of just so many fruitful things in nature, right? Exciting and fun to be around, and just happy, and so the Queen of Wands in reverse is the contrary, right? So I just wanted to speak on both of them, because I think that this is the biggest challenge for you right now, Leo, is just really sitting in your true authentic nature, and what the person inside you that we don't always show to people, what that person really truly wants. Because with you being in the hermit mode, like in hermit introspection and a time of really getting to know yourself, I think that all human beings truly just want to love and be loved in return, and we get conditioned by our circumstances and by the things that we encounter during our growth process that kind of molds us into biased human beings. And when we become biased to specific behavioral patterns, or specific opinions and things of that nature, then we become the things that we are biased to. So all of the Leos in my life, I just love so much. Like, I have so many Leos that surround my life. My parents are Leos, my best friends are Leos. Like, so this is a pretty emotional read for me, because this is telling me that you are on a journey to self-discovery, and really just becoming who you truly are as a person. And it's so important to just become your true authentic self. It's just so important, because we only get one life to have the opportunity to share that with the people we love, right? So Queen of Wands clarified with the Three of Wands, the Ten of Swords in reverse, and the King of Wands in reverse. So like I said, I want to read this energy both reversed and straight for you to get a clear message and understanding on what's happening. So Queen of Wands clarified with the Three of Wands is telling me that you are at a time where you're really starting to get back to manifesting. When you really come into your power here, you're going to be able to bring in all of the things that you truly desire. And then going back to what that vision is, right? You're getting out of this time of restriction and this time of heavy burden. And, it's almost like a dark energy where you feel like you are, you don't have the ability to maneuver or change anything because you're so burdened with all of these, well, look at them, they're like swords in his back, right? So sometimes, our thought patterns, because swords speak to the mind, swords speak to air, which is speaking to the mind, and that speaks to the things that we pour into our brains. And those things sometimes are what basically give us the inability to maneuver, because we feel like we don't have any power over negative thought patterns, right? King of Wands again. So King of Wands coming in reverse is speaking to, if we choose to, let these things of the mind overpower us, then, the energy of not being able to move towards our desires and our passions and the things that we want. So the challenge is really just to come into your energy, Leo, which is a natural leader, and a very loyal and humble person, and just a strength of character is definitely what the message is here. So once you get to that point, whether you're getting there right now or you're just on your way, Nine of Coins comes in for you. And Nine of Coins is, again, this is master manifestation. This is being able to cast what it is that you truly desire out to the universe and just watch it come in for you. The Nine of Coins also speaks to the single lady that doesn't need support from anybody, but is very, sought after, right? Like a person that is very desirable because they can just do it on their own, right? And the energy of this card tells me that being clarified with the World, the Five of Wands, and the Lovers is once you truly come to the notion and the feeling and idea that you don't need anybody else to be very fruitful in nature and abundant in nature, because abundance, again, it is mindset. It is what are the things that make you feel wealthy, right? Is it the people that you're with? Is it the things that you own? Material things. If we find too many attachments to material things, sometimes that doesn't always serve us. General wealth, comes from our health, right? And our connections with other people, and whether we can lay our head down at night and just have a decent sleep, right? Because if you can sleep through the night and get a full rest and wake up refreshed the next day, and wake up thankful for being refreshed the next day, that's wealth, right? So perspective is a huge thing. And what this is telling me is that there's a challenge for you to feel super wealthy on your own. There's a challenge, and the World comes in. So this tells me that this is one of your cycles that you may need to evaluate. You may need to look at, because there's conflict here as well. We got the Five of Wands, the World, and the Lovers. And this tells me that the the reason that you may be challenged to feel super wealthy just on your own is because there's conflict in the mind about having that perspective due to maybe, a karmic lesson that you haven't learned yet, or feeling, completely balanced within your masculine and your feminine energy. This could also speak to past relationships affecting the way that you deal with your personal situations today. And past relationships affecting your self-esteem in regards to just feeling strong on your own. So there may be a little bit of a perspective that needs to be kind of looked at or shifted in regards to that, because you don't need anybody, Leo. Every single one of these cards on the board is just one person, one individual taking on basically the whole world, right? And this is spirit telling you that you got this, you can handle it, right? So Queen of Swords comes in, and this is your last card. So this is telling me this is advice from spirit. So Queen of Swords, because it's supposed to be a 5-card read, but you ended up getting 6. So this is your advice from spirit. And this is embodying the energy of the queen. So she's of the mind. The Queen of Swords is, very logical in nature. She doesn't make decisions in regards to like passion or love or emotion. She makes decisions in regards to logic. And, what is the logical reasoning for specific things happening, and do those things serve you anymore? Because we have a tendency to hold on to things just because they're comfortable, but sometimes it's better just to use your sword of discernment and just slice those things away if things don't serve you, and if they're not making you feel like a more elevated person, then maybe they're unnecessary in regards to your everyday life now. There's big challenges in regards to being able to do that, because you have the 10 of Cups in reverse. 10 of Cups is speaking to let's say that happily ever after. That idea of what happily ever after might not be the same for you anymore, right? Like that may, and Queen of Swords comes in again, along with 3 of Swords, the 7 of Cups, the 7 of Swords, and the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Hierophant in reverse. So the Hierophant, so this is telling me that there may be quite a few things that you might have to cut away from. There's a lack of ability to create a firm partnership. Something might onset a heartbreak, a heartache of some sort, and a need to, pack up all of the things that, you have learnt so far and kind of steal away. Excuse me, Leo. So Queen of Swords coming twice as your advice from spirit is asking you to cut away all of these ideals of how things are supposed to look. Because when it comes to relationships, unfortunately, they're not always going to look the way you think they should look, because everybody has their own personal experiences and their own personal conditionings that makes them the way that they are and the way that they choose to interact with their everyday life. Unfortunately, this is the part in relationships and situations, and this is all relationships, this is friendships, this is everything. Nobody shares our story. Nobody shares our personal experiences. They're all different. They're all tailored specifically to our growth process. And it is a big challenge to understand that when you go into a relationship with anybody, you got to drop expectations, because your expectations are created out of your story and other people's expectations are created out of their story. And perspective's everything to that individual. Your perspective is everything, but sometimes our perspectives do need to shift. Sometimes we do need to, really just think about things logically. And if these things that may be happening in your current situations aren't serving you and aren't serving your self-esteem, especially, excuse me, oh my God, I'm sorry, Leo, like Jesus, allergy season or what? Anyway, if these things aren't serving you, then are they still worth continuing holding on to, right? I think that's the hardest part of the growth process, is sometimes people don't grow with us, and the people we choose to have in our situations are the people who influence us the most. And if your current group of people or group of influencers aren't helping you in your growth process, then are they still necessary? Because that's what this is telling me, is that you are going through some challenges, in regards to the mind and the things that you are pouring into it. And it's challenging you to really come into your own energy. For you to be able to really come into that energy, you need to spend a little bit of time in introspection and really get to know the person that you truly are and the things that you truly value and support and subscribe to, right? So, Leo, it's a really beautiful read. It's, very eye-opening too, very, just very big energy. And, you're not alone in your process of growth. I just want you to know that. There is so many things happening in our world right now that are they're just big, and this energy, and there's planetary alignments that haven't been happening for, like 400 years or more in some cases. And, I think that coming out of this hermit energy right now, and I think what's happening is you are coming to yourself. And we're going into, Venus is going direct, and Venus really speaks to, like our authentic selves and the things that we love and the things that we cherish. And when you really come into deciding what those things are, you're going to be unstoppable, and it's such a beautiful energy for you. So joy, this is something that is going to be necessary for you in your growth process. As I do, will, so mote it be. Let joy and light radiate from me. So in regards to your interactions and in regards to your daily life, in regards to getting that good sleep and waking up in the morning and just being happy to be you, just being happy to live and breathe air, and just let go of the grayness that can sometimes come over us, right? The Hawk Prince comes in for you as well. The Hawk Prince is speaking to spirit communication and paying attention to your surroundings, paying attention to the messages that come through the radio, through songs. Like, there's going to be messages that are going to help you on your journey So just, really listening in. Sometimes Spirit speaks to us in many ways, many different ways. Like if you're sitting there, you're meditating, and you have a thought process and notice the light flickering. That's a message, right? Things of that nature. So the last two messages I have for you, Leo, is from my Osho Zen Tarot deck. And these are they're very full-bodied messages. So I just wanted to, disclaimer alert. And also, just give me 1 second here. Page 12. Okay, so I got two for you. Spirit wanted me to read you two, but I'll read you the first one here, and it's called No Thingness. So this is telling me that, okay, being in the gap can be disorientated and even scary. Nothing to hold on to, no sense of direction, not even a hint of what choices and possibilities might lie ahead. But it was just this state of pure potential that existed before the universe was created. All you can do now is relax in the no-thingness. Fall into this silence between the words, watch this gap between the outgoing and incoming breath, and treasure each empty moment of the experience. Something sacred is about to be born. Buddha has chosen one of the really very potential words, shanyada. The English word, the English equivalent, is nothingness. This is not such a beautiful word. That's why I would like to make it nothingness, because the nothing is not just nothing. It is all. It is the vibrant with all possibilities. It is the potential, the absolute potential. It is unmanifest yet, but it contains all. In the beginning of its nature, in the end of its nature. So why in the middle do we make such a fuss? Why in the middle becoming so worried, so anxious, so ambitious? Why create such despair? Nothingness to nothingness is the whole journey. So I think that speaks very, very clearly. Take advantage of the nothingness in between what it is you're manifesting. And, understanding that there's such beauty in just having the ability to create from nothing sometimes, right? One last message for you here, Leo. Give me 1 second. There it is, 138. So this is the Ace of Air. 138. So this is consciousness. Most of the cards in the suit of the mind are either cartoon-like or troubled because of the influence of the mind in our lives is generally neither ridiculous or oppressive. But this card of consciousness shows a vast Buddha figure. He is so expansive, he has gone even beyond the stars and above his head in pure emptiness. He represents the consciousness that is available to all who become a master of the mind and use it as the servant it is meant to be. When you choose this card, it means that there is a crystal clarity available right now, detached, rooted in the deep stillness, and that lies at the core of your being. There is no desire to understand from the perspective of the mind, and the understanding you have now is existential, whole in harmony with the pulse of life itself. Accept this as a great gift and share it. We come from the unknown and we go from on moving into the unknown. We will come again, and we have been here thousands of times, and we will be here thousands of times again. Our essential being is immortal, but our body, our embodiment, is mortal. Our frame in which we are, our houses, the body, the mind, they are made of material things. They will get tired, they will get old, they will die, but your consciousness, for which Bodhidharma uses the word no mind, and Gautama Buddha uses the word no mind, is something beyond the body and mind, something beyond everything. That no mind is eternal. It comes into expression and goes again into the unknown. This movement from the unknown to the known and from the known to the unknown continues for eternity, unless somebody becomes enlightened. Then that is his last life, when the flower will not come back again. This flower that has become aware of itself need not come back to life, because it is nothing but a school in which to learn. He has learnt the lesson. He is now beyond delusions. He will move from the known for the first time, not into the unknown, but into the unknowable. So I just think those messages are so like, they're just so big. And I think what the Fool. Okay, so this is such a journey for you. It's such a beautiful journey for you, Leo, and I just want to bid you so much love and so much light in regards to your journey. I just wanted to say those messages are, so shape-shifting, because I think that part of the process is really just letting go of the ego and the things that we have created. I like to speak to the ego because this has been one of my biggest life challenges is we create this persona and this person and this individual, that we are. But that person is created from our experiences, not our true, authentic self, the soul within us. And your soul is calling out to you and asking you to just, be patient in regards to the process you're going through, because you're moving in the right direction. You don't need to be a master creator right now, but you're on your way to being a master creator of your story. But you need to give yourself a break in the process. Be patient with yourself, love your journey, love your life, and love your people, love the people, and I just bid you so much love, Leo. Thanks for being here.